Hey folks, welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. We're going to pontoon down the Wisconsin River in Stevens Point. These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, there is nothing like taking a river cruise down the Wisconsin River in October, and that's what we're doing today. We're with, I like to call you Pontoon Matt. Do you like that nickname?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
No, we're on the pontoon today, fishing the Wisconsin River in Stevens Point, and October's just a great month to fish here, isn't it?
It's always good, yeah. October's fantastic for big fish and numbers, so.
And what are we looking for today?
We're gonna kind of do whatever, you know, a little bit, you know, I like my walleyes, so we gotta do a little walleye fishing, little bit of bluegill, crappie, whatever. We'll just bend the rod today, have fun. So.
And you could catch a muskie or a sturgeon too, right?
We'll do our best to get a muskie today as well. So,
and you know, we got Jozef, we'll talk to him in a minute, but who's our other special guest?
My brother Phil's back again, so.
I like your brother Phil, he catches lots of fish.
That's why we bring him along.
But it is a beautiful time to do the river, isn't it?
Yeah, colors are great. Little late this year with the colors, we've had some warm weather, you know, so, but it's gonna be popping here pretty soon, so.
We'll get some fish, right?
Yes, that's the plan, yeah.
Hey folks, the show we're using and how we're using it, all of that coming up right after this.
Well, as fall starts to come in, you start thinking about putting away all your favorite tools, your chainsaws, your snowmobiles, your ATVs, your boats, anything 2- and 4-stroke, you want to take care of them over the winter. That's where this AMSOIL gasoline stabilizer comes in. Essentially, it's going to keep your fuel good. This is stored fuel. In fact, AMSOIL gasoline stabilizer delivers 8 times longer fuel stability than Seafoam motor treatment, helping maintain startability and protect against formation of varnish and gum. So everybody wants their favorite tools running properly come spring. You absolutely need to add this AMSOIL gasoline stabilizer if you want happy tools, and you're going to be happy to check this product out and all the other great products at AMSOIL. Go to AMSOIL.com.
Epic only gives you one shot. So come armed with the Quest series, Minn Kota's toughest motors yet. Go where the fish are worth the fight, where chaos is the cost of entry, where the highlight reels happen. Motors that never let up, so you're never let down. The bigger the question marks, the better the quest.
Hey, welcome back, folks. As I said, taking a cruise down the Wisconsin River today, multi-species day. But you know, you're fishing walleyes this time of year, Jozef. What baits do you like?
So obviously we got a jerk minnow for you. White jerk minnow. In this current, we got a little bit of current today. Kind of picked up that white jerk minnow when, you know, you love to rip it through there.
Right.
It draws a lot of attention, usually induces a strike. And then we got a jig and a minnow. You know, classic stuff here. So we fish in the Wisconsin River a little weedless so we can get in that timber, present that minnow to those walleyes, and have a couple fun bites.
Hey, Jozef, you're going to be the first one, huh? Not a very big fish.
Not super big, but right in our little spring spots here, is barely hooked on that stinger hook. I'm gonna try your technique here, Jack.
Okay, small walleye, but a hair jig, huh?
Yeah, hair jig. You know, you usually find it, look at that stinger hook, right in the bottom of the lip there, and that's why it's so important to have those things.
So everybody, you know, we showed the 2 baits we started with, but we got 4 guys casting, so everybody should try something different.
Yeah, that's the beauty, you know, you can see we got a lot of rods here, so if something's not working, you know, you're in these small spots, you kind of just change it up, pitch something in there, and, you know, we got the skunk out of the boat here. We're gonna get the day started.
I love my pontoon boat here, folks. Sitting in my chair, casting my jerk minnow. Here he is. Okay, there we go. A little bit bigger than yours there, Jozef.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere here.
But no, it's been a slow start this morning, hasn't it, buddy?
Right here, yeah. Yeah, you know? Right on that jerk minnow, but we're kind of working them away here. You're right on that current seam. We moved down a little bit, and it's starting to get bigger. But as time goes on, I think the afternoon's gonna bring some fish in.
Yeah, it did pretty good too.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting, Matt, how close to shore that we're fishing, and you're actually going to tie the boat up to a tree. But they like this wood, huh?
They're right in it. We can see them. They're thick in here, so we gotta find a way to hold us in this current, and old school works the best sometimes, you know?
but seriously, we're not fishing that deep though either, are we?
Nope, 2.4 feet of water.
Walleyes are in 2.4 feet of water.
Yep.
So they're
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
actually looking for bait in there, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of minnows in here, so yeah. Yep.
All right. As soon as that hit the water, that seriously,
Yeah, it
right
was
away?
fantastic,
I
yeah.
love that.
All
Walleye?
right, yep.
Oh yeah, here he is. There you go. Now there's a nice walleye.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
Matt,
that's what
as
we're
we get later into October, does the fishing actually get better?
Yeah. It's the river. It's always good,
I know.
right?
How long do
Yeah.
you guys run?
I run till, usually I book right up through the Friday before Thanksgiving, but we'll go as long as we can, so.
You know what's really interesting to me, guys, is how shallow these fish are. Why is that?
That fish is in 6 inches of water.
6 inches of water.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's, you know, they push up in the fall. They're herding minnows up there, so these walleyes just find where those minnows are and they get after
Yeah.
them.
Well,
What was that on?
we just said, it was on hair jig, yeah. We just said, I said, look at this little eddy spot here,
Right.
looks pretty good, and I boonk right away.
Now,
so
what does an eddy mean?
means where the current's going back the opposite way and actually swirling around. So current's coming from upstream, hits like some sort of obstruction, and then it'll curl around to make like an eddy.
So kind of a calm area.
A calm area where it'll deposit food. That's what they're in there looking for.
Hey,
so.
why threw him back? Ryan wanted that for dinner. Got a muskie on. We got a muskie on. What happened there, Joseph?
Well, we were taking a little break from walleyes.
Yeah?
Oh, it's
What is it?
I think it's a big old carp I snagged in the
You
back.
snagged a big old carp. Well, we got to take a look at that.
Look at that guy.
Oh, that is
Big
a big
fat
old
one.
We're
carp.
back.
So you're just, throwing a muskie lure once in a while, huh?
Yeah, I was just tossing it out. You know, we've been having a lot of walleye jigging, and I just figured we'd give her a little toss.
Jeez, that's a big one.
That is a fat one.
That is a nice
But
carp.
it's kind of, I mean, it's deeper here, so it's a little shocking that that thing got snagged like that.
Yeah, that is-
Definitely got my heart racing.
Well,
a little
you're
bit. I thought it was a good
definitely,
muskie.
you're going to have to hold this up, okay?
Oh, can't
Because
wait.
that is, this year, the biggest carp that has been caught on our show.
Ooh.
And it's something to be very proud of. Now,
All
is
right.
there a proper way to do this?
Here we go.
There
we
you
go.
go. Now,
Look at
that is a beauty. Now, how do you fillet that?
Oh, you take the lips out and the cheeks.
I'm just kidding you. Have you ever eaten carp?
No, I never have.
Matt, have you?
Well,
Yeah.
there's a story about that for me
What
this
is
year.
the story?
This was going to be the year I tried it. So
Uh-huh.
I went through all the proper procedures and then filleted it up and lopped off the sides and went through the bones.
And?
I could not handle the smell. So
Oh, really?
Yep. So we turned it into some dog food.
Ryan, the
Yeah.
photographer, do you want that for
Yeah,
home?
we'll take this home for you, Ryan. Look at
What do
that.
you think,
Look
Ryan?
at the steaks on that, Ryan.
Yeah, it's a whopper.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. The Stealth Cam Deceptor Max Trail Camera is $30 off. Get it for just $89.99.
Casting that jerk minnow, I got something on here that's massive. I mean, look at that rod. I don't know if I got enough line on here. What do you think, Matt?
You got that new Seagar line on there. You'll be just fine.
This is actually this is that PEX 8, and it's 21-pound test.
You're
And
gonna,
look at that rod bending
you're gonna
right
need all
there.
21 pounds. I got a feeling.
What do you think, a sturgeon?
Yeah, I'm betting, yeah.
Yeah. And that's pretty common in here.
Yeah,
right?
there's a couple in this spot where we are, so yeah.
Casting a jerk minnow though?
Yeah.
Will they actually eat that?
I've caught them trolling. I've caught them just about every which way, so
Wow.
they'll eat just about everything.
Folks, I'll tell you what, this is a heavy fish. I'm not gaining on him at all. I can pull a little
Holy
bit.
cow,
Oh,
here he comes,
is.
coming in hot.
Oh, here's
Bring him
the
right over here,
deal,
John.
folks. You see, you can't, I snagged him. Can you grab him there?
Yeah, if you get them.
Look at that. Wow. So he's just swimming around there when I pulled?
Yeah, he's about to go nuts, so I'm trying not to get a hook in here. Here we go.
Oh, wow. Look at that, folks. And we've caught a few here over the years, you and I, Matt.
Yep.
And the history of the sturgeon in this section of the Wisconsin River is interesting,
It's pretty
right?
neat, yep.
What's
yep.
the deal?
Well, they did a reintroduction effort starting in 2004, and
Okay.
they were always here, but the numbers weren't where they wanted them to be. And now they're where they want them to be now. So
How
yeah.
old is a fish like that, do you figure?
This one's probably in that 8 to 10 year range. So
And they live to be 100 years old?
yeah, it can, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
But look at the mouth, and that's actually how they eat. They off the bottom,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
But they'll eat minnows and everything else, right?
Everything. Yep.
And you've been involved in the research project. How's
Yep.
it going? Are they?
Taking them. Yep. Taking
doing
them
well?
recaptures very well. Yep.
Oh, good.
They're doing very well. So.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done a rod, eh?
We were fishing the Wisconsin River in Stevens Point, a 2.5-hour drive from Milwaukee, 3.5 hours from Chicago, and 3.5 hours from Minneapolis.
Feel the difference in every cast, in every bite, in every moment, in every adventure, no matter the season. When everything is on the line, every memory you make, feel the difference.
When you're meeting with a client, it's so important that you're present with them and you're listening. I've heard lawyers say your job as a trial lawyer is to read the law, understand the law, make the argument. You can't get emotionally connected with your client. I completely disagree with that. In order to tell your client's story, you want to learn what's important to them. Sit down and have a meal together. Learn about their family. Learn about their history. Learn about where they're from. You have to emotionally connect with them. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
That's 2 minutes later. Is
2
that
minutes
another one
later,
of those big
yep,
old
I was
sturgeons?
just popping a little hair jig on here, and I think
Seriously?
we got another one in the tail. Yep.
Oh.
And this,
So that means they must be pretty thick. in here.
there are a lot of them around here.
That's a big one.
What's
it's a
the
big,
rule
thick
if you
one.
hook one like this now? Because you can't keep them.
No, you just take care of them, get them back in the water here,
Okay.
and take good care of the fish.
There we go. Wow. Whoa. You all right there?
Yep, got them.
How big was that?
That was 50. Yeah,
50-inch fish?
probably pretty close. Yeah,
Wow.
pretty close.
And so there's got to be a lot of numbers in these holes.
Yeah,
right?
and we're on a little rock bar here.
They're in a little bit of a
and,
goofy spot here. Yeah.
They definitely hang out here.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them.
You know, I'll tell you what, this morning was tough for walleyes. And, you know, we were marking fish all over the place, but tough to get them to bite.
Yeah.
So the beauty of your guide service
We're
is
always going to catch something.
we're going to switch gears here. And you've been on a really good bluegill bite.
Yeah, for about a month and a half, 2 months now, yeah.
Bluegills in the Wisconsin River.
Like, yeah,
All right.
lots of them.
Okay, so best way to fish these is what?
Well, you can do it multiple different ways. Easiest for most people is a drop shot. Which
And that's what we're looking at.
Yep.
Now explain that.
That weight, you want that weight to go, we go right over the side of the boat. We park the fish right on top of them. Boom, that hits bottom. You want to hold that so it's tight. That keeps that bait right in their face,
Okay.
right where they want to eat it. So.
And then about 8 inches up, you got a hook with a worm on it, right?
Now we run a little high flyer there too.
Then you got a high flyer.
Yeah.
So you're actually fishing the bottom 2 feet of water,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And,
That's very important, that distance. That can make all the difference in the world.
Seriously?
So, yep.
And you can get some big ones?
Yeah.
Well, let's get a fish fry.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds delicious. All right, we got him right here.
All right, there's the first one. Now,
Yeah.
I'll tell you, hold that up to your hand, Matt. And what you were telling me is that these get real big and fat, huh?
They're not the longest ones, but they get really thick. I mean, this isn't even a big one, and they're just thick.
Yeah.
They're super nice gills. As soon as they start getting that hump on their head, that's when we know those are the ones we want. So.
And you get bigger ones.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Yep. They're going the right direction though. Real pretty fish. Nice and wide.
Here we go, Matty. Oh, look at that, a crappie in our bluegill. Oh, darn it. But this is such a relaxing way to fish with that drop shot method that he's got. All I got to do is go down to the bottom, sit in my easy chair on the old pontoon, and wait for a bite. And then as soon as you you have a bite, folks, set it right away. But Matt, we didn't talk about this, how beautiful this is to fish out of a pontoon boat. And it's very comfortable for everybody. And you can take folks that are handicapped too?
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it very easy for them to get on. We got a really nice dock system where they can roll. It's the perfect level, slide right on, so it makes it nice and easy.
And if a group of people want to come, how many does the pontoon boat handle?
Usually we try to keep it to 4 is about comfortable. Then everybody's got a seat in the boat. You can sit inside when the heater's running and it's a little nasty outside, warm up a bit, so yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right, you got a heater in
We
here.
got the heaters running today, yes we do.
Oh, I saw your robber move there. Let's see.
I got
that's
a long
decent
lead
bluegill
here,
right there.
Yeah.
And well, like you were talking before, the width of those,
They're
and you get
just
a couple of
thick.
really nice fillets out of that. And this has been a really hot bite, hasn't it, the past month?
It's been fantastic, and there's a lot of them and a lot of small ones coming up too. You got to do a bit of sorting, but it's worth it.
Yeah,
so.
but seriously,
Yeah.
that's a nice
what we're
fish
looking
right
for.
there.
Yeah.
And when the walleyes aren't biting,
Come do this.
yep. All right, here we go, Jozef.
Another one on the bobber. Ooh, a really nice one,
Yeah,
John.
that
Look
is
at
a
that
dandy
one.
bluegill.
Wow, John.
Look at that.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, put that up to my hand.
Sure.
Yeah, there you go. Look at the size of that bluegill. That's a Hogasaurus,
Oh, yeah.
man. And did he ever eat that?
Yeah.
That's pushing 9, isn't it?
Honestly, a lot of them, they look so big, and they're not as long as you think, but they are just so thick. But yeah, probably real close.
Yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful bluegill right
Really
there.
close.
And so what they're doing, Jozef, is relating to this brush.
Yep, we're just in the brush, kind of throwing bobbers in the timber. So, I mean, if you had a bunch of these, what a fillet.
No, I know. The thickness, again, is gorgeous. And I should mention, we're, later stages of October right now. Folks are
absolutely.
thinking about ice fishing.
Right.
Let's take a look at a little bit of that video that we shot last year. Those big walleyes that we caught. But you guys run a real good ice fishing service,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, we run all year, so we accommodate everyone. We got shacks, permanent shacks, heaters, food. We got everything for you, so full
And
service.
here's an unusual thing that they guide for, folks. That's catfish.
Catfish.
Catfish through the ice.
Catfish through the ice. We had a lot of fun last year. A lot of fun.
That's a blast, and that's a pretty easy bite to catfish through the ice.
Very easy bite. A lot of fun. It's pretty much just what you run on your normal stuff, tip-ups and jigging stuff.
Yeah, we caught some on jigging rods. That was fun. Hold that bluegill up one
Look at
more
that
time.
thing.
Look at that, folks.
I'll put it in
That is right there, a gorgeous bluegill wherever you go. Folks, it's now time to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2025 Fishing Contest.
This week's first winner, Savannah Hammond of Naperville, Illinois, caught this 11-inch bluegill on Silver Springs Lake using a worm. Michael DeSuto of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, caught this 35-inch king salmon on Lake Michigan using a Castmaster. Jimmy Gregory of Racine, Wisconsin, caught the 16-inch perch on Lake Michigan using a Kalen's crappie scrub. Michael Best of Winthrop Harbor, Illinois, caught this 37-inch northern pike on Eagle Lake out of Andy Meyer's Lodge on a jig and minnow. And this week's first kid winner is Colton Miller of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, caught this 20-inch bass on a Vilas County lake using a crappie jig. And Ruben Mondini of Lake Zurich, Illinois, caught this 30-inch walleye in Green Bay on a hair jig. Each week, I shop online at fleetfarm.com to check out the latest deals. This week at Fleet Farm, get the Rhino Realtree Edge Hunting Blind for just $99.99. That's $20 off. And draw deer in with Evolved Habitat's Deer Cane Black Magic Mineral Block on sale now for only $5.99. If you're looking for a quick but delicious appetizer, I have the perfect recipe for you. Let's make some homemade pizza rolls. All you need is a few ingredients: tortillas, your favorite string cheese, pizza sauce, and the Johnsonville mild Italian sausage. First, grab a tortilla, add your favorite pizza sauce, and spread it around. Then add the cooked Johnsonville mild Italian sausage, add a piece of string cheese, and then roll it up into a pizza roll. You can cook it in the air fryer at 380 for 4 minutes on each side, or on the stove with a little bit of oil until golden brown. You could smell the Italian sausage from the office, couldn't you?
Good. Now let's see what you did with the Italian sausage.
Home homemade pizza rolls with the Johnsonville mild Italian sausage.
Oh, is that good? I love that Johnsonville Italian.
Yep, and you don't even need any seasoning because Johnsonville does it for you.
Oh, those are really good.
Johnsonville mild Italian sausage. Find it at your favorite retailer today.
What's the difference between a good net and a great net? Simple. It's all in the features. Fortis nets by Clam Outdoors are tough, safe on fish, easy to use, and a telescoping handle. Learn more about Fortis nets at clamoutdoors.com.
What's going on
We
back
got a
there,
muskie.
Joseph? Phil's got a muskie.
Oh, it's
Phil's
a
got
pike.
a muskie. Get him in the net there.
Oh, there it is. That's actually a pretty big pike, Phil.
What is it, a pike?
Oh, it's off. Look at that.
What do we got, Joseph?
We got
Tell
a
me.
really nice pike, John.
Really? On what? A muskie bait?
Yeah, muskie bait.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That's a nice one,
talk
Phil.
about multi-species, Joseph. Is this uncommon?
This is not uncommon. That's why we've had these kind of rods in here, John. You know, I had that carp earlier, and now Phil got a pretty nice pike. That one actually might be legal size.
Yeah.
What do you
Look
think
how
that
cool
is,
how
Phil?
purple that thing is, too.
Probably 30-inch or so, John.
Nice. But look at the build on that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful colors.
That
on
is
it.
a beautiful
Absolutely.
build. And was he right up near shore, Joseph?
Right behind the dock.
Right
John.
behind the
right
dock.
Behind it. Yep,
Okay.
He came up and smashed
Good
it.
job, guys. One thing I can't get over is the build of the pike in here.
Well, they're all, I mean, every fish we got is thick. They're just thick fish. They got lots of food and they pack on the pounds pretty quick.
Yeah, we've had a tough bite today. You know, we've tried everything and nothing's really cooperating. So what we're doing now is just kind of sliding down what type of water here?
There's a rock bar here that we're on. We're on a little finger next to a deep hole.
Okay.
Fish seem a little negative today, so we're kind of slowing things down a little bit and seems to be producing a few fish here.
So this spot could be pike, walleye.
Everything.
Yeah.
I just got a rock bass, probably some walleyes here.
All right.
Bluegills, everything.
Hey, here we go, guys. On the jerk minnow, back to the walleyes.
Nice.
There we go.
That's a nice one,
Is
John.
that a
Right.
legal fish there, Joseph?
Yeah, that's going to be real close. I think that'd be a great eater there.
You know what I'm doing? I really slowed down. We got that little bit of rain rolling in and the clouds and that, and you can feel that southeast cold wind right now. So I slowed down my retrieve a little bit. Is that what you do, Joseph?
Yeah, usually if you, if I can get him out of the net here, he's kind of stuck in here. You usually just kind of let it sit, and if these fish aren't biting and we know they're there,
Right.
you know, then we can kind of entice them, and there we go.
Yeah.
Nice
Now
little
that-
one
yeah,
there.
that's
Nice
about a
little eater.
14 and a half, 15.
That's a keeper
right there
for sure.
But we've had a tough day and we've tried so many different things today. Maybe we can pull this out in the last hour and a half or
Right.
two. What are you thinking?
I think we're going to definitely give it a shot. We'll be able to do it here. It seems like it might be starting to turn on.
You know, I love these jerk minnows, you know, and again, instead of the quick hops, I'm just doing a little pull
baby
and
hops,
drop, yeah, and that's made a difference.
Absolutely. Let's get another one.
Well, the rain's falling, and you got one on there, Matt.
Yep.
And hey, well done. Turn around, guys.
Hi, caramba.
Not the biggest walleyes in the world, but folks,
Well.
when you have a fishing day like we've had today, anything feels good, doesn't it, Matt?
Especially when the jig falls right out of their mouth as soon as they hit the deck.
You know, I was going to ask you, buddy, you know, my experience on the river and the flowages that connect to the Wisconsin River, sun is better. Is that usually the case?
Used to be all about the sun. Like I wouldn't even be fishing in the rain 5 years ago, but the water's cleaned up quite a bit, and that has made the bite during cloudy days and rainy better, and then it also made color and shape a lot more important as well. So
go anytime.
all the time, it's the river. Yep.
Yeah. And that was on what?
That was on jig and minnow.
And you're working that pretty slow too.
That one I just had the rod sitting down there. I saw a little boonk boonk and then grabbed the rod. So, all right.
What's this one on, Matt?
Well, I switched to a plastic with a blade. We'll just flip this one in here, but he thumped it pretty good.
And you know, we've done shows here over the years, Matt. I know there's a lot bigger walleyes in here. It's just a tough day. And I want to mention again the ice fishing that's coming up. What areas do you guys do the ice fishing trips up here?
Pretty much Pete and Well, Big O Plain, Dubay. We'll do some backwater stuff here early. You know, that's you're hiking out and stuff like that. But yeah, pretty much within 40 miles of here, so.
Fish on.
I'm coming.
On the sucker.
All right.
Where you at?
I just put my rod away for. Oh, look at the size of that walleye.
All right.
That is a beauty, Phil. Grab him out of there, buddy, and hold him up.
Finally.
Now, I'll tell you what. That's a big butt walleye for the Wisconsin River right there. What happened, Phil?
Dan, he came. Actually, I had a split shot and the sucker sitting out there, and it hammered it.
Because I just said to those guys up front, I said, let's get out of here. The fish won't bite after dark. But that was a big job. How were you working it?
Actually, just letting it sit out there, and you know what? It came up and actually just crushed it. Beautiful looking fish. The end of the day.
Now, yeah, you fish out of Mosinee, right?
Correct.
Usually. Are all these stretches like, around Merrill and Mosinee and here, are they all good?
Everything. I mean, multi-species, but I like to chase the muskies.
Yeah, how many did you get yesterday?
Ended up getting 3 yesterday. Beautiful.
How many hours did you put in?
About a little over 4 hours.
4 hours? And what was the biggest?
47.5 monster.
Oh, actually, taking a look at that picture right now, that was a heavy fish?
Yes. Yeah, really, really well built.
Now, you did the girth, and what do you figure that fish weighed?
I bet you that was probably somewhere upper 20-pound fish.
Wow. And November's going to be outstanding, right?
It's only going to get better from here.
Look at this walleye, though. That's gorgeous. Is that uncommon, that size?
Nope. No, this is this is pretty standard right now, and they're in here feeding up on minnows.
So the muskie fishing's great in November. Does the walleye get better?
It gets even better, yes.
Really?
You just got to wait for the water to cool down. It's still finally dropped below 60 degrees, so we got a little ways to go yet before it really heats up.
The skies are clear, shine on and on. Wisconsin woods and waters we all own. The skies are clear, shine on and on. The waters and the woods, John calls home. The waters and the woods, John calls home.
Folks, with my buddies using leeches and crawlers all day, I'm glad I've got the Johnson Pump washdown kit. All I can do then is spray down the boat and get all that stuff out of there. But the Johnson Pump washdown kit has another use. It's 92 degrees and humid today. Now watch. I'll take care of my buddy Tom in the back. Ah, there we go, Tommy.
Holy
hey,
smokes,
man. Oh, there we go, buddy.
92 and humid.
Oh, Johnson Pump washdown kit. Yes, sir, Tommy. That is refreshing, buddy. I am going to get you a Johnson Pump washdown kit. Oh, Pete, I'm getting too old for this.
So, John, you haven't heard of Brian's Custom Steps?
Oh, Pete, those are awesome. How can I get a set?
Yeah, I love these big no-slip platforms, and they're made right here in Wisconsin.
For more information on Brian's Custom Steps, call 920-315-0333. Well, congratulations on the carp today.
Thank you. That was a big one.
It was a big carp. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know if I'm going to fish yet, but we'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John Gillespie, hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters in the Woods.
Hey, John Gillespie.